All right, good morning. We're here with Mike Lozanoff from JPMorgan. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do for JPMorgan?
Thanks, Patrick. Nice to meet you today and spend some time. I'm the global head of merchant acquiring for our payments division of the firm. Merchant acquirers are those banks that help companies and merchants accept card payments around the globe.
Okay, yeah. Now we talked a little bit about biometric payments. We did the demonstration where you showed me that you show your face and it identifies you and you can pick your products and pay that way. Is that the only form that biometric payments takes, or does it ever look different than that?
You know, right now, you could think of biometric payments has been around and evolving into the ecosystem for years, since mobile devices started putting face recognition or your thumbprint, right? In some way, you link that to a wallet, and we were using these devices at payment terminals as they've always been. We see a world where technology's changing, form factor's changing, that we may be able to do it with just a face or a smile, where you never have to take your phone out or a card out of your wallet.
So the goal is to kind of simplify it, so you just look into the thing and it does everything for you.
Recognizes you, there could be a security aspect to it beyond, someone could always get a card. Mobile devices are secure and they're pretty easy to take out of your pocket, but we also see a place where experience is actually being linked to recognition of the shopper. Mm-hmm. Are they checking into an event at a retailer? Could you then present a coupon at checkout because you checked in the front of the store? We see an interesting emerging strategy around arenas. Could you link tickets to it so there can't be fraud? So there's, the ecosystem has a lot of unique opportunity. Putting those payment devices that have that capability at the physical point of interaction with the consumer is going to be one of the scaling things we need. And then people trusting their face and their payment device with a brand is important. So who can that brand be? Why not JPMorgan?
Okay, yeah. Is there much call for this kind of thing? Is this something that merchants want?
You know, we see it's emerging, right? If you can do some line busting or have, you know, kind of the self-checkout with also someone not having to be there to key things in and self-tap. So there is a need. How do you scale it? Requires consumer demand and physical infrastructure at the point of sale. So we think it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're trying to find early adopters of this. I mentioned quick service restaurants, some hospitality, and then events right now seem to be the ones most interested in the capability.
So there could be a time when I walk into Starbucks, I show them my face and it says, the last time you got a soy latte, do you want one of those again?
It may be, it may be. That's one of the use cases, right? They keep your order history, they have that all on that device. You have to take it out, you still have to scan it. They would be a customer I'd love to be able to pitch this to.
So it sounds like fighting fraud is another one of the points of this.
Yes, yeah, you know, when you can link identity to a payment, you know, think about it, goes back in the day when we used to have to put a PIN in, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of that has been eliminated out of the ecosystem. So this could be another place where you insert that. The biometric capability exists when you think about your points of interaction today. You go onto a browser and you're buying something online, and at times your browser gets an autofill, right? Sometimes if I have a Mac, you put your thumb on it to get your autofill. That's a form of biometrics right there.
Yeah, okay, so we're already seeing this in some places.
Correct. It's a matter of, I think, helping educate the consumer on where did I register myself, right? In that experience you just saw, we had a JPMorgan branded you know, experience for you to link your face, tie a card to it, and then when you see it maybe at use at a point of sale, you say, oh, you know what? I'm not going to take my phone out, and you look like you did something magic for your family or friends who are shopping with you.
Okay, yeah, so this is something that's going to be driven by the consumers. The consumers are going to say to the merchants, hey, we want this, and then the merchants are going to come to you and say,
correct, and we think it's a place for us. JPMorgan has historically been a scaled global acquirer, so we work with some of the largest, you know, e-commerce and retailers around the globe, but we've traditionally sat behind the point of sale infrastructure of technology players or various go-to-market partners. And we think there's a place to continue to partner with them, but now bring some of our technology we've invested in directly at that point of interaction and like put our brand in that experience.
Okay, yeah. So I'd like to talk about agentic payments for a little bit, because that's one of the big topics of conversation at Money 2020. So maybe just tell us in a few paragraphs, what is agentic commerce, and Why are you thinking about it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a space that's moving rapidly. I tend to feel like every 12 hours I need to change my position on it.
Yeah.
But the way I was trying to use this as a consumer experience. So me as a consumer, how do I interact with it? I've used the LLM models and different chat agents to basically help me plan vacations to start. I've not yet converted into shopping. But now, let's say I go into the holiday period and I want to look for something for my daughter, and she wants a particular shirt or brand from a particular company. I can just ask it to present me the options versus scrolling pages and pages of these companies. And now the point of now friction is, how do I check out? How do I convert? I like that item, I'm on this particular agent. Can I buy it right there, or do I have to go over to a browser and find that item again? So it's the evolving landscape of, changed it from searching on a browser and a website to an agent, and how do I make that conversion of checkout is really what I see agentic commerce being.
Okay, so you could say, I'm going to the Eagles game on Sunday, I want a Saquon Barkley jersey.
All right.
And it gives you a bunch of options.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. So you and I, we just met and we learned that we were both Eagles fans, so I love the example. And part of the challenge there, you might be able to tell it, I'm going to the game this weekend, so I need it to be able to ship to me in 36 hours so that I can wear it to the game. These are the different prompts we're going to have to give it, but then at some point you have to give it a credit card number. Are shoppers going to trust the agent with their credit card? Where are they storing it? Is it tokenized for the most optimal authorization or cost? These are all the experiences that are evolving right here on this floor.
Okay, yeah, so you can set certain parameters, like the example you used was, I need it in 36 hours, but can you also say, I want this, but I also don't want to pay more than $150 for it?
Correct, correct. And I think the other thing with this evolving is like, retailers also like to say people who bought the Saquon jersey also bought this hat, right? And they do that generally when it gets to checkout. So there's this experience that I think retailers are also trying to figure out is, if I transition shopping to this agent, am I going to lose cross-sell? And this is an evolving space where, as a bank, they want our advice on this. How do we see the strategy evolving? And then someone who helps power their checkout, what do they need to do differently now when you're trying to buy that jersey?
So there's a lot that still needs to be worked out about
That's
this.
why I joked every 12 hours it seems like it's changing. There's a few early movers here that are defining technical protocols that allow the chat agents and the checkout experience to kind of merge. We find right now we're going to have to probably be part of all of those, and we're prototyping into all those different protocols right now.
Okay, yeah. So how close are we to a time when you just tell your AI agent, hey, go get me that Saquon Barkley jersey, and it just does it for you?
I think we could probably get off this interview and go do it. I think we're actually there. The question I still have around this is, did it buy the right color? Were you specific enough? Did it buy it from somewhere that has now got a shipping cost that exceeded what you mentally were prepared to do? So humans basically go to multiple web pages and compare. Has this become smart enough yet that it's presenting you the best choice you would like, or one that is just the most discoverable right now to that agent? So this is going to evolve. I can't figure out, is it a 1 year, 3 year, or 10 year type of journey?
Is there any worry about fraud with this?
There's, I represent our merchant acquiring bank, so on our payments and investment banking side of the business, but we're a large issuer. And I worked on the issuing side of our business, the consumer side, early in my career. And there's a huge concern around liability, around could the agent hallucinate and buy something you didn't tell it to buy? Is there chargeback liability? There's a lot of consumer protection on online shopping. Who's liable to that? The rules here are not fully formed yet, so there's definitely a lot of consumer concern. Okay,
a little bit less than a minute. Any other points you wanted to bring up?
It's always exciting to get to meet the new folks, another Eagles fan, just to walk the floor and see where evolution is happening. I think everywhere I look, I see AI, from call center to chat experiences to marketing. So excited to be here at the conference and see what else we should be thinking about.
All right. Hey, really appreciate you taking time to talk to us. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Thank you.